I'm the kind of guy who, unless I can picture myself marrying a person, I'm not going to date them.
And then women tend to attach themselves quicker to men. Like, you meet a guy and you're like, oh, what kind of a wedding are we going to have? And he's thinking, this is a nice first date.
If you're dating somebody and you're pouring your time and maybe your money and your thoughts and stuff, into that relationship, and if it's not leading to marriage, I would raise the question, why are you doing it?
I don't think every relationship has to lead toward marriage. It's great to have some female friends to do stuff with while you're looking.
Being an athlete, normally didn't have to chase women. It was a real challenge for me as a man to pursue a woman, when I really never had to do it before because, I was the hot guy on campus.
I'm outspoken, I'm aggressive, I see what I want, I go for it.
I don't pursue. This is a big thing for me. My dad told me when I was younger, if a guy does not come after you, he said, what else in his life will he not go after?
Dating should be about enjoying life, having fun, developing experiences with the opposite sex, building that part of you that's able to understand someone of the opposite sex. If you are dating just to get married, then you're going to probably say yes to the first thing that comes along. And it's probably not going to go very well. I really believe if you want to honor God in your dating life, you ought to be looking to be friends first, and friends for a long time before you ever think about kissing that person and getting romantically involved. If I don't learn how to be a friend to somebody of the opposite sex, I'm probably not going to be a very good friend when I'm married. And if I don't have that foundation of friendship in marriage, it's probably not going to be a very good marriage. Well, I think one of the biggest mistakes is that people hear someone say, well, I'm a Christian. And they think, well, great, okay, so that's equally yoked, and let's have a date and let's move forward. When in reality, there are a lot of people that say that they are Christians, but they don't treat people the way Christ would treat someone. They are not Christ followers in the dating world. And so you're not just looking for someone that says, I'm a Christian. You're looking for someone that has a spiritual foundation, a biblical foundation for their life, where they're following after Christ, not just saying, I've got the label of Christ. If there is a lack of anything in dating, it is a lack of this accountability to other people, where you're talking to folks, where you're asking them to help you review what you're doing. You're making decisions that keep you sexually pure, keep your integrity in place, and also honor the other person that you're with. Most godly women are looking for one word above all words, and that is responsibility. And that means responsible to God, responsible to me, and responsible to those who come after us. I think men want to feel like heroes. They want to be respected. They want to believe that this person is going to be true and faithful to them. I think they're looking for a woman who really does prize the sexual dimension in a relationship in marriage, that they're not afraid of that, that they are aware of it, and they've worked out whatever issues that need to be worked out for them to be free sexually once they are married. The worst thing that I see happening for women is dating in a desperate situation. I think desperation leads to some really horrible marriages. You need to not date for a while until you get yourself to a place where you are not desperate. You feel good about yourself. You're having a great single life. If you never married, you'd be absolutely satisfied and happy and fulfilled. That's how we want to see people dating, especially for a female. I don't think there's just one perfect match, and it's the only one, and if you hit it, you're good. If you don't, you got misery. I think there are a lot of choices that could work. Knowing that the person is the one is It's more than a feeling. I mean, I think you have to take a really good look at the relationship and ask yourself, do I feel loved by this person? Do I feel respected? Do I feel free in this relationship? Do I feel like our relationship honors God? Do we have things in common that we want to do in life? We're not going opposite directions. Are we able to solve conflict together and not be at each other's throats over the least little things? Are we able to be friends to each other? Do we genuinely care about the other person? And, you know, one of the things that I think is so important is if it's the one, then I want to be able to accept that person's wounds, and I want to be part of the healing of that person's wounds also. When you put all that together, you can make a good decision about whether or not this person is the one. All of that, to me, is part of this surrendering my dating life to God. It isn't just sitting back at home waiting for God to deliver someone to me. It is both I do what I can to make a good decision while I trust God to provide for me the opportunities that are God-honoring opportunities to either meet or not meet, date or not date, marry or not marry. God loves you. He wants the best for you, and He's going to fulfill some desires as well as needs when you marry the right person.